enjoy it. I'm sure it's really cool, but you'll have to tell me how it is.
Okay. If you haven't been playing Nintendo Labo, what have you been playing?
Well, maybe 2 weeks ago there was a new Humble bundle, and it was for PlayStation games. So we picked that up, and I randomly started playing the new Valkyria Chronicles remastered like 2 days ago. So
Okay.
it's really relatively new, and that was the remake of the Sega RPG for the PS3, and then now it's on the PS4. And it's so far it's interesting, but it's like a tactical role playing game for the PS4, and it's set in kind of a I don't know, like a kind of like Earth setting, but there's an invasion between two warring nations. And I remember when the game first came out thinking that I would want to play it, but I never got around to actually getting it. But it was praised for like its interesting visuals, which is yeah, you can see it on the screen now. It's kind of cartoony, anime-esque.
It's
Um,
Anime Europe, I find.
yeah, basically that's what it is. And I think the cool thing about it is you can kind of see right now, like when you go into your movement, like how you would move in an art strategy RPG around the map. Like if you're in the line of an enemy, they'll just keep shooting you until you like take an action. See, like he's getting shot like right there. Like if you don't do anything, you're just gonna get your life whittled down.
Hmm.
And then once you go into like an aiming mode, like it does kind of stop, so you have your chance to like aim your shots. And you can again see on the screen like there's a to kill and like the shot amount. So like you have so many shots per round, and then if you shoot them in the body, you might take like 10 hits to kill them. But if you shoot them in the head, it might only take 2 hits. So it's kind of cool. And then there's strategy elements, so that you have your infantry soldiers, and they're like weak against tanks, and tanks can take down walls and all that general war stuff. But it's kind of cool. So far the story is pretty basic and cheesy, but I'm only on like chapter 3. So we'll
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. It must be good enough because I'm pretty sure the fourth game is coming out this year on the Switch. So I think people like it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
So this is your first time playing Valkyria?
Yeah, first time.
Okay. I played this. I didn't play it when it came out. I played it a couple years after the fact,
Mhm.
and I was blown away by it. Just kind of that mix of like Advance Wars meets
Yeah. Mhm.
Fire Emblem meets Gears of War just made for this
I can
really
see it.
cool combination of gameplay that I had not seen before. No one else has really done since.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
cool. It's kind of it's almost refreshing in a way, like refreshing like it's familiar, but nothing about it is really like I don't know, something that I should feel familiar with. It's all those elements like you said from those games that just work really, really well, and they put them together in a pretty engaging sort of game, at least so far, the first couple of hours.
yeah, I got over halfway through before I eventually stopped. I hit a point where there's just this one particular battle that I could not get past for the life of me.
Oh, great.
And so I stopped, but I've always been like, man, I want to finish this game because it's so good otherwise.
Hmm. Yeah,
And yeah, the new one is coming out real soon. I'm
yeah,
excited for that. I'm definitely tempted to grab double dip and get the Switch version of the remaster because I think this would be an
yeah.
amazing game to play on the go.
Yeah, for sure. I think getting onto a tangent, like the Switch is one of the first consoles that I'm really thinking about rebuying games that I already have just to play them on the go. But like, money wise, you probably won't do that. But
Yeah,
it says something when you can take that experience with you wherever you want.
yeah. Side note, Matt hit us up in the chat. Hey Matt, thank you for watching. Too bad you aren't
Yay!
here. There's an empty spot in this layout, which should be your head.
I know.
But for
Instead,
the
it's
next one,
yeah, the Shovel Knight guy.
yeah. Yeah. When does the next Valkyria Chronicles come out?
Oh man, I'm not sure. I'm assuming they'll probably give us something during E3, but I thought it was 2018, something like
Okay,
that.
cool. Anything else you've been playing?
Oh yes. So if you listen to the other podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
I've been trudging through old PS1 games, specifically some old mascot games, and played a little bit of Croc, Legend of the Gobos or whatever. Played that for a while,
Okay.
but I played this really crappy one called called Phix the Adventure, and
Okay.
like oh my gosh, Jett, like it's not horrible. It's just not great. But you can kind of see what he's doing. Like the whole concept. Oh, he died. The whole concept is like you're this weird pink thing,
Okay.
and you have like magnetic polarity between you and like enemies. So you can see on the bottom of the screen he has N because he has like north polarity, and
Okay.
then so does the enemy. So if you want to like defeat him, you have to switch your polarity, which you can do whenever you want, to like southern, and then you can do damage to him. And then in that moment, like he got pushed off of the map because he walked past a point on the map that also had northern polarity. And so like, opposites attract and, likes pushes away and repelled. So he got pushed off.
Okay.
Yeah, so it sounds complex, but it kind of makes sense. And it gives some interesting puzzles. This isn't my stream, it's some random guy, but in the next couple of levels, there will be moments where you'll have to use like your magnetism to like go to a place on the map that has your opposite one, so you can like attract to it and then get to a ledge and then quickly like switch your polarity so you actually like spring forward. So there's like really neat concepts. Like you'll kind of do it right here. It's just in execution, it's kind of awful because you kind of control like a tank, and then you only get like 2 or 3 hits before you die, and enemies respond way too fast. And then like it kind of suffers from like old PS1 era like bad camera design where you just won't know where you're going. And there's actually a moment that he'll do it too, where like he's gonna go across the bridge, and like you can't tell that the bridge just kind of ends. It just looks like it would go all the way, but you just walk and then you instantly die.
Oh.
So like stuff like that happens, and it's just like, man. But like thinking of it critically, like for what it is, like it was kind of cool, but I could see why no one played this game.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never seen or heard of this before. Actually, I have a confession to make. When you were streaming this, I was on your stream for like a couple of seconds. It was because it was like 12:30 at night here, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like flipping through, and I saw you were streaming, so I watched for a few seconds, and then you messaged me, and then I closed it.
Oh yeah, thanks, Jett. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's fine. Like for like just from game collecting in general for my hobby, like I'll come across games like this where I see it and I'm like, I've never seen this before, and the price is right, so I just have to buy it regardless of quality.
Okay.
And this is how I torture myself.
I went to a retro game shop yesterday, and I bought some stuff. This is the first retro game I bought in a while.
What is it?
Have you heard of this game called Tetris?
Maybe.
I bought a copy of Tetris on the NES because I did not have that in my collection. My NES collection is about that tall right now.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my favorite games, and I had to take it, and it was super cheap because Tetris is not that expensive. And on top of that, that particular version of Tetris is not available anywhere else, so I figured that was a must-have.
What do you mean your particular version? Which one did you get?
NES Tetris. Like regular
just
NES
the regular
Tetris.
old gray cart, right?
Yeah, that one never got ported to anything else.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean...
No, go on.
You could argue that it's not even the best version of NES Tetris because it doesn't have the versus mode like Tengen Tetris, but this is the one I grew up with, so...
Yeah, I think that's the one that we had too. But yeah, I was going to say, Tetris is kind of... Some of them are sought after in game collecting, but yeah, you're never going to find them.
Yeah. Which ones are the ones that are sought out?
For sure, there's one on the Genesis, which I can't remember exactly the story about it, but something happened where like the carts were illegally made or something like that, and so they got produced but then never sold. So somehow people got their hands on them, and then those are expensive. So I'm pretty sure it's just the regular Genesis Mega Drive version.
Okay.
Yeah, and then random other like Tengen ones might be more valuable, but I'm sure it's not that much. I mean, Tetris was like the best-selling NES game. I'm sure it was in there, so
yeah,
everyone's got it.
Yeah, that was. I've got. Is Tetris DS worth anything?
Yeah. It's pretty well liked, and it's not worth like an exorbitant amount of money. But I would say with like a case, maybe into the 20s, if not 30s.
Okay.
But it's pretty good because a lot of games will have higher collector's value when it features something that other collectors would enjoy. And so Tetris DS has all those mini games and tie-ins with other Nintendo characters. And so people find that collectible, and that's why. And also on top of that, it's actually a really good game, and like they ported it with a lot of good mini games to it. But yeah, it's probably the better one on the DS.
I played so much of that game back in the day.
Yeah.
I have over 10,000 online matches logged in.
Jeez.
I used to follow the leaderboard on that, and I was in top 300 in the world.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think that I'm good at Tetris. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good because I could beat like most of my friends, and then every now and then we have a good challenge. But like, man, I jump online and just get obliterated.
I played some
bad.
Puyo Puyo Tetris, and
that
was horrible. I got demolished online.
Yeah, it's fun though. I feel like with Puyo Puyo Tetris, which I don't have yet, and I should get it. One of our friends has it, and besides being really great at like multiplayer, excuse me, I think it does a good thing of balancing like your skill sets. So like the modes that are there, like even if someone's really good and someone's not that great, you can still enjoy playing it and have a challenge that's appropriate to you. And I think that's cool. Also, Puyo is great.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry.
not very good at Puyo, but
Likewise.
I do enjoy it. The one thing that's stopping me from getting it on the Switch
Hmm.
is that there isn't a D-pad on the left Joy-Con.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like I can play it. I have actually a Japanese version of Puyo Puyo Tetris on PS4 that I got
Hmm.
years
Oh
before it
yeah.
came out here, and I could play the D-pad fine. But like I like to play it on the Switch in English. But like the only
Yeah.
real benefit to playing it on Switch is versus PS4 is portably. But like I cannot play it on that stick.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like I haven't even done that yet, and you're right, that would really suck.
Yeah. So I know
Huh.
Nintendo did announce that they're putting out a left Joy-Con in
Yeah.
Japan with the D-pad, and I
Yeah.
hope that comes out here. Like at that point, I would definitely buy that with Puyo Puyo Tetris, but otherwise, I'll just wait.
Yeah, I feel like they'll do it. I mean, why not? Also, I noticed that at our store we started bringing in more of the wired game pads for the Switch,
Okay.
and they're all themed. So there's like Donkey Kong, Mario, Luigi, all the Nintendo people, and they're only $25, so pretty cheap. But it is wired, but the wire can be removed, like if you aren't using it. I think it's a nice option, just because for the reason that you're stating. And then the big Pro controller is like $75, so
It's
it's
really
super expensive.
expensive,
Yeah.
and some people have issues with the D-pads.
Yeah, yeah, that too. So like, we'll see. I mean, it's a Nintendo product, like first party, so hopefully it's a good alternative for someone.
Yeah.
Anyways, what have you been playing?
I have been playing another game you might have heard of. It's this game called God of War.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we talked about that.
I actually finished it last night. And it
Nice.
was actually kind of funny because there is the final battle, and I did not realize
Cool.
it was the final battle. I thought it was another battle, and then all of a sudden it kind of went into a. I mean, I'm not going to spoil how it ends, but it immediately ramped up to the point of like, oh, this is about to end soon. I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
weird. I didn't see that
well,
coming.
yeah. Having not played the game yet, by hearing that statement, it means every battle is an amazing boss battle, or the ending just came out of nowhere.
Um, I think I didn't read all the signs leading up to it. I think there was a lot of
I see.
foreshadowing leading up
Yeah.
to that particular point in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I came away very impressed from God of War. I still don't think
Good.
I mastered that combat system at all. Like I did well
Mm-hmm.
enough to get by and beat the game, but I feel like there's so much to it that I just didn't use.
Hmm.
Um, I did
You
enough
mean
to
like combos and
yeah,
weapons or something, or?
combos and parrying. Like I did enough to get
Oh, okay.
by, but I feel like I was just a hack the whole way through. Most of my
Well, as
entire
long as you beat it and enjoyed it, I mean, it's your game. Play it
yeah,
as you want, I guess.
yeah, true. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna do any of the side stuff in it yet.
Hmm.
I'm generally not one who likes to play games like go back and do stuff after I finished it because I just feel like it's done.
Same. You got more games to play.
Yeah, well, I technically don't have much right now. I'm looking for some stuff to play though. If you have any recommendations, shoot them my way.
I will.
Another game I've been playing. I've been actually finishing up a bunch of stuff. I finished Pokemon Ultra Moon as well.
Ooh. I
And
haven't played the Ultra ones, yeah.
okay, well, I think it's pretty much the same as Sun and
Yeah.
Moon in story, from what I understand. I thought the story was a little weird in this one. I don't.
Hmm.
I guess we can spoil it because I mean, if you played Ultra,
It's been a while, yeah.
yeah. There's a storyline about going into with Pokemon with other dimensions,
Hmm.
and it leads up to this like one big boss fight against this legendary Pokemon, and then you beat it, and then the game's like, oh wait, you still got to complete your challenges and trials, and that feels really underwhelming relative to leading up to that big
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, I know
And,
what you're talking about.
and so the actual final battle is really underwhelming because it's the same guy you've been beating up the entire game.
Yeah. So I have admittedly not beaten Sun and Moon.
Oh, I'm sorry I
But
spoiled it
no,
for
no,
you.
it's okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I got very, very close to the end. Um, but I was wondering if in the end of Ultra Sun and Moon, did they gives you that like extra trainer that they've done in other ones where he has like the best team in the game, or no?
I don't know. Oh, so it went to like there's like an Elite Four,
Yeah.
and then I think it went to the final guy. I don't know if there's one like in between, but
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm thinking like in the other ones like silver and gold. Like after you beat the Elite Four and all that, you kind of beat the game, and then you can like challenge Red from the first game. Like
Ah,
at the very end, and he has like a super decked out team with like the highest level Pokemon that you can and stuff like that.
I think it does have something like that. You can
Okay.
challenge the head of the tribe, which I
Uh
never
huh.
actually found. I was trying to get to that, and I ended up getting sidetracked by this whole other mission where you end up fighting someone from the past, like way in the
Okay.
past of the Pokemon lore. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
think I know
who.
what you're talking about.
Okay. Um,
Copy that.
yeah, that was
That's
a
cool.
that was probably yeah that was a pretty intense fight as well. And
It's
then
good.
one other game I've been playing, and this one's a little out of left field for me. I've been playing.
Dad, I told you I was playing that random game on the PS1.
Okay, so maybe it's not as weird. I've been playing Stern Pinball Arcade on the Switch.
Oh, not yet. I've never played it, but I've heard they are really solid.
So I've been on a bit of a pinball kicker since going to Tilt.
Hmm.
In particular, there's this Ghostbusters machine I wanted to play, and I didn't get a chance to play it while I was there. But they have that table in Stern Pinball Arcade.
Nice.
They've got these bundles of tables. So this was part of a 6-pack for $25 Canadian.
Uh huh.
And it had this one, the Phantom of the Opera, a Mustang table, a Harley Davidson one, a Casino one, which is actually my favorite of the bunch, and then there's the Last Action Hero as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so it makes I mean the licenses sound really weird, but that's because these
Hmm.
are based on actual board game tables and they're recreated like as close to perfection as possible. So you're not going to see like the
Nice.
crazy pinball effect stuff with like animating snakes and
Yeah.
whatnot and boss battles, but if you're looking for realistic a simulation of real pinball tables, then I'd say Stern Pinball Arcade's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, legit. Stern is always at the arcade convention that we go to, which is in just a couple of months. So I'll look for some of the tables and maybe I'll get a video going.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump over to the reason for the season, why we are here. Nintendo